Look, guys, today we're reading Chord Progressions. Originally, I wasn't going to read it as, like, a series or anything. I was just going to read it on my own, but one day I got bored and decided to read it anyways. I'm not really going to be doing voices for this one or anything. It's going to be, like, part of a more casual series. I'll call it a brief look or something. So, anyways, here's Chord Progressions. Yeah, also, this is, like, halfway into day 2 of the novel, because I didn't record the first part. Also, this novel is intended for an adult audience and is not for puppies. Test recording, chord progressions, test recording. That about covers it. I think we're all set for today. We're good to go then. Make it a great day, team. Chester and April make their exit. I'm left with Dave and Pat. Sorry, their names are funny. Alright, mister, let's get you learned on how to stock up the counter. What? Alright, mister, let's get you learned on how to stock up the counter. He talks funny. I chuckle. The southern charm he exudes swoons me a bit. Luckily, my testosterone is under control today. I won't be getting too carried away. Yes, sir. Weird. The next hour is spent stocking the front display with pastries. Dave and Pat have been baking and garnishing all morning. All manners of delectable treats decorated the front display cabinets. Eclairs, donuts, croissants, muffins, and cupcakes were all arranged in a neat order and placed on a beautiful display. These pastries look absolutely scrumptious. I certainly hope there are some left over for me to take home. That means you're losing money, buddy. Eddie, that means you're losing money. You shouldn't have any left over, right? You shouldn't have any waste. It's quite tempting to snag one and indulge myself, especially due to the fact that all of these are fresh from the oven. However, I imagine stealing treats is frowned upon. I'm not about to test my luck on my second day. I'll keep my paws to myself. Dave then shows me how to prepare the espresso stations. He tasked me to restock flavored syrups, pour beans in the espresso hopper, and prepare grinds for the regular coffee machines. We wrapped up by stocking milk varieties in the mini fridges below the counter. Almond, oat, cashew, coconut, and soy. This cafe has it all. We're all stocked and ready for hungry customers. So I'll leave you on the register again, but first, you want an espresso shot? I can show you how to make it. I feel like you don't have to tell me it's a bonus passage. I can infer that. Right, I can infer that if I say yes, I'm probably getting extra content than I would otherwise. Sure, right, it's a visual novel. I'm here to read a story, I suppose. Sure, I love espresso. Let's out a hearty chuckle. My man, let's get to it. He directs me to the clear plastic hopper that's filled to the brim with espresso beans, fresh from the package. He turns the machine on, the motor whirs as the blades crush and grind the beans. First, you take the portafilter and fill it up with grinds. He places a tool under the dispensary end of the grinder. It has a long handle with a small bowl-shaped end. The fine coffee grinds dispense from the grinder and collect in the bowl, forming a mound. Fill it up and pack it down with the tamp. What? In his other paw, he uses a tool that has a short wooden handle and a flat coin-shaped bottom. What? Okay. The surface of the flat end is used to firmly press down the loose grinds in the bowl, packing them into a flat, compact puck. Then you put it into the machine. He places the bowl end of the portafilter into a receptacle on the espresso machine. The bottom of the bowl has 2 spouts affixed to it. He grabs 2 tiny glasses. Looks like he just has 1 glasses. He already has 1 glasses. Why would he need another? Why would he need another glasses? Glasses go under the spouts. Turn the machine on, select the normal setting, and we should start seeing espresso. The machine whirs and hums. After a short moment, a rich, velvety, dark brown liquid begins to cascade out of both spouts, filling each glass. Looks delicious. When the spout ceases pouring, Dave passes me one of the 2 shot glasses. Here you are, just sip on it. It's hot. The glass is warm, but not overwhelmingly hot. I take a whiff of the shot. It smells amazing. Nothing beats the soothing aroma of freshly brewed coffee. I take a tiny sip. It's quite hot, but doesn't burn my tongue. The liquid has a very strong Java flavor. Java? Is this Minecraft? Mojang? With bitter notes and a hint of sweetness, but overall it's smooth and delicious. You need to update your Java. Good, ain't it? Yeah, just really hot. Pass that back to me. Let me make you something. He takes back my espresso shot and places it back below the machine. Why does he have the Killmonger cut? Dave reached under the counter for a gallon of milk. You like almond milk? Sure. Good, I'll make you an almond milk latte then. This is a very long passage. I didn't expect this to be this long. Dave pours a glug of milk into a metal pitcher. The espresso machine is outfitted with 2 clear nozzles on both ends. He dips one of the nozzles into the pitcher of milk and flips a switch. The machine activates and creates a wretched screeching noise. What's that? Show my question to Dave, trying to speak louder than the machine. It's the steamer. Warms up the milk real fast. Makes foam, too. For another 30 seconds, he pulls the nozzle out of the container. He grabs a small paper cup and pours the espresso shot in it. Afterwards, he pours in the hot, foamy milk. He outfits the cup with thermal sleeve and a lid on top, then passes the beverage to me. There you are. I give it a quick sip. It has incredible flavor. The milk helps mellow out the harsh bitterness of the espresso and makes for an overall pleasant drink. Not too sweet, not too bitter. All in all, the latte is creamy and delicious. Wow, this is great. Thanks so much. No problem, buddy. Cheers. He raises his shot and finishes his espresso in one gulp. He lets out a satisfied sigh. Ah, that'll get me through the day. Last minute preparations are complete. Okay, we're back on track. Last minute preparations are complete and we're set for opening. Customers were already lined up outside the door. Hungry folks on Tuesday morning. We're saving. Okay. So that is like where it splits. Last minute preparations are complete. We're set for opening. Customers were already lined up outside the door. Hungry folks on a Tuesday morning. I'm feeling good and ready today. That low caffeine boost supplied me with more than enough motivation to make it through the shift. Okay, so do we like mess up if we don't have the caffeine boost, or? I'm glad there's like at least a little more flavor text acknowledging like the decision you made. It is interesting, though, like, what this novel... I don't know, I guess it's just been a while since I've, like, read a slice of life novel. But it's, like, called chord progression. So, like, and you're, like, working in this music store, but a big part of it is also the cafe. And I understand, like, in lore, diegetically, that's, like, the sort of, like, fusion they're doing. But, like, narratively, you know... It's not called chord cafe or something, you know, it's called chord progressions, right? The implication is that more of the focus is going to be on the musical aspect. So it's interesting that we're doing this like cafe stuff still. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying it's like too overly like disconnected from like the core concept. It's just interesting what they choose to like focus on. I don't know. The low caffeine boost supplied me with more than enough motivation to make it through this shift. We work through the initial rush of breakfast, then we cater to the brunch crowd. Before we know it, it's already lunchtime. Work. One by one, I get their orders entered into the register. Without fail, each customer gets exactly what they want every time. Thank you. How very riveting, Eddie. I'm glad I read that extra flavor dialogue. Pat and Dave work behind me like a couple of busy bees in a hive, buzzing about from one station to the next in a swift and fluid fashion. With me on the register and those two backing me up, we create the perfect little harmony. I'm kind of reading it faster, aren't I? During the occasional lull, Pat wastes no time and busts the tables as I did yesterday. Chester pops in occasionally to do the same. Things begin to slow down around 1. Don't you mean 13 o'clock? Meanwhile, on Glory Hounds, 1849. We're using 24-hour clock. I'm not going to do the 24-hour clock rant, right? I'm not going to do the 24-hour clock rant. I'm not going to rant about 24-hour clock. We're not going to do it. Not that anything's wrong with 24-hour clock, but like, I just think some people misinterpret why 12-hour clock exists, right? Some people are like, oh, why do 12-hour clock when you can do 24-hour clock? Do you not know how to count past 12? It's like, no, that's not the point. The point of the 12-hour clock is that it's efficient. It's compact and efficient, and it gives duality to day and night. But whatever. It doesn't matter. 24-hour clock's cool. 24-hour clock's cool. Right? And 12-hour clock, it's not just... right? It's not just tradition. It's practical, right? It's practical because it's more practical to fit 12 hours on a clock than 24 hours. Whatever. We're not doing the 24-hour clock rant. Okay, back to chord progressions. Right, modeled character. You know they're important. In through the doors walks some sort of critter. Never seen anyone like him before. I can't place his species. Kind of looks like a horse, but that's definitely not right. Maybe a camel. The camels have longer necks. Their heads aren't shaped like that either. Then why do you think he's a camel guy? Shh. There's voice acting. We're getting a limited voice acting moment, right? We're getting a limited voice acting moment. Shh. He sees Dave and offers a smile and a wave.
Hi, Dave. Hey, Pat.
Okay. Hi, Dave. Hey, Pat. He announces Dave's name casually. Pat's name carries a bit more of a flirtatious tone. Hey, handsome, what brings you in today? Handsome, are these two an item or just really friendly? I'm on break, want to see my favorite boys and grab a mocha. I continue to investigate him. I swear I've seen folks like him before. I just can't place the name of his species. His eyes locked with mine for a short moment. He hasn't acknowledged me yet. Those sky blue eyes are quite striking. He shifts his gaze over to Dave. Hey, Dave, I think your new guy is trying to figure out what species I am. Excuse me? Can this species read minds or something? How the... Dave lets out a hearty laugh. Oh, don't mind him, buddy. This is Eddie. He's new in town. Eddie? Cool. I'm Cliff. Nice to meet you. Hi, good to meet you, too. I absolutely have the worst poker face in the world. I must be blushing so much that's visible through my fur. I can't look directly at him anymore. Maybe April's right. I'm just an ignorant hick who needs... Eddie just moved here. He's still getting used to the city life. Yeah, still getting used to all the diversity. Eddie, you can't talk like that. They're just people, dude. It's not that big of a deal. They're just people. You don't have to freak out every time you see, like, someone of a different species. They're just people, dude. They're just guys. They're just fellas, Eddie. It's not that crazy. It's not that crazy. It's not that crazy, Eddie. I promise. I promise, Eddie. Like, you don't need to know what species he is. It doesn't matter. Fundamentally, it doesn't matter. Right? It doesn't matter, Eddie. Ah, gotcha. It's okay. Was it right, though? You don't know what species I am? Yeah, I don't have a clue. Sorry. He gives me a friendly smile.
It's okay. I'm a capybara.
He's a capybara. He kind of sounds like... Who's he remind me of? What's his voice remind me of? His voice reminds me of, like... Who's his voice remind me of? His voice reminds me of someone.
It's okay. I'm a capybara.
There's, like, this, like, breathiness, this inflection to it that, like, kind of... I don't know, I'm gonna be honest, I heard that voice, I was like, oh, that's kind of sounds like Jonah Scott. He sounds nothing like Jonah Scott, but kind of remind me of Jonah Scott. I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever heard of the species before. And that's okay, Eddie. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Eddie. I'm not sure if that speaks volume about me or the American public education system. I don't think it matters, Eddie. I just don't think it matters fundamentally. It doesn't matter if... What's this guy's name? Cliff? It doesn't matter if Cliff is a capybara. Like, it just doesn't. It just doesn't matter. Like, what do capybaras even do? What are they even associated with? It's okay. Right? It's okay, Eddie. It doesn't matter. Alright, so we got you one mocha. Need anything else? Just that, please. Thank you. Is he going to leave immediately? Are we introducing this character? Are we introducing this character for a split second and then he's leaving? He reaches back into his back pocket to retrieve his wallet before being interrupted by Dave. You know you don't pay anything while I'm behind the counter. Do they have a history? Was Cliff homeless, but Dave took him under his wing for a while and now he's doing better, but they have a storied history of a fatherly and sonly type affection, and that's why Dave's doing this. How much would it be otherwise? A large is $6.35. Cliff pulls out 2 bills from his wallet and places them in the tip jar. Aw, perfect. Keep the change. Boy, your money's no good here. You do more than enough for me. Which is why I put it in the tip jar. I know I'll go to Pat and Eddie instead. It's for them. As this conversation is transpiring, okay, we do accept tips. They didn't explicitly mention that or say that on the first day. We do accept tips. As the conversation is transpiring, Dave is expertly crafting Cliff's mocha. He finished off by garnishing the cup with a sleeve and a lid. Here you go. You're going to sit here or take it with you. Dave passes Cliff his beverage. I'll chill here for a bit. Okay, he's not leaving immediately. I still got plenty of time before I need to get back on the phone. It's been a while since I played a character roots driven visual novel. I'm kind of forgetting that they're going to be introducing a lot of characters and the characters are purposely going to have a good bit of screen time so that you can get attached and accustomed to the characters and be interested in their roots and whatnot. After a quick survey of the dining room, Cliff finds a booth in the corner to sit at. As awkward as that interaction was, I don't feel terribly bad about it. He seems really chill. He's got great style and a soothing voice. I'm not really one to believe in auras, but if he had one, it'd be a very calming and welcome one. Eddie, what are you talking about? Eddie, Eddie, what are you saying? It's okay. What, Eddie, what do you think an aura is? Eddie, what, you know what, never mind. Never mind, Eddie. So, Eddie, yeah? Want me to make you a BLT? You can go sit with Cliff. It'll be like a little date. Wait, what? A date? Like a date now? I mean, I guess Cliff is kind of cute, but I'm not prepared. Dave, no, I can't, take a moment to conjure some sort of excuse. How do we even know he wants me to sit with him? We can ask. Dave cups his paw around his maw to project his voice to Cliff. Hey, Cliff. Cremate me immediately. I do not wish to exist any longer in this cringe hellscape I've found myself in. Yeah? It's gonna go on break. Want him to sit with you on chat? Yeah, sure. He yelps back in the jovial tone. Sorry, guys, that line was meant to be read in the jovial tone. He yelps back in the jovial tone. Dave turns towards me. See, all you gotta do is ask. Okay, fine, sure. But what if we didn't want to go sit with Cliff? I guess it's whatever. Right, we need to make friends, right? They established this on the previous day. We're gonna eat lunch with whoever the heck, right? We're gonna eat lunch with whoever the heck because we need to make friends because we're in a new place. Everything was going so well today. Why the heck did I get helicopter dropped into an awkward social situation with doll buddy? I shouldn't have said the word date, huh? Yeah, that kind of freaked me out a bit. Oh, I'm sorry. You're a nervous critter, ain't ya? Yeah, it's just a fox thing. Very nervous, very anxious. It's okay, I'll just have to keep that in mind. A nervous and anxious fox. I suppose that makes sense, right? But they don't make foxes like they used to, you know? Foxes used to be sly, conniving, cunning. But maybe those are just negative stereotypes, I don't know. Maybe those are just negative stereotypes. He gives me a warm smile. Go ahead and sit down. I'll put some extra bacon on your sandwich to make it up to you. Oh, that does sweeten the deal. Turkeys are such delicious birds. I finally get a taste of that delicious bacon that I was smelling yesterday. Okay, so we can only assume. We can only assume this is a universe. We can only assume this is a universe where there are animal people, but then actual, like, animals. Right? We have to assume this isn't Beastars, right? Not every furry story can be Beastars, right? We have to assume there are actual animals in this universe, which is weird. It's weird. I think it's weird when the anthropomorphic universes also have, like, normal, like, non-sentient animals. I think that's weird. I think it's weird that a cow can be a farmer and tend to cows. I think it's weird that, like, a boy who is a dog can have a pet dog. I think that's weird. But, you know. It's just easier than if that wasn't the case, right? It's like, okay, if there aren't animals, what are the animal people eating? Anyway, I finally get to taste the delicious bacon that I was smelling yesterday. All right, deal. Thanks. Happy Dave and I are on the same page with my anxiety. He really seems like a great guy, but I need to focus more on boundaries. I approach Cliff's booth and take a seat across from him. I have to say, even though I've never seen anyone like him before, he is quite handsome. Why does Cliff get so many lines? Every other character has, like, had, like, 3 lines over the course of, like, you know, over the course of, like, 2 days. Why does Cliff get, like, 5 lines immediately? I like the limited voice acting in this game. I just wish it was, like, handled a little differently, you know? I just wish it was handled a little bit differently. Like, I just don't like how sporadic it is. Like, and this isn't me saying, like, there should be more voice acting. This is just me saying that, like, when there is voice acting, should be more consistent, right? Like, maybe at the beginning of a scene, there is a voice acting. Maybe the first line of every character when they're introduced into a scene is voice acted. Or, like, maybe only, like, important, like, core, maybe, like, super important scenes are voice acted. Or something like that, you know? But, or maybe, like, the entire, like, beginning of a scene is voice acted. Like, maybe, like, 1/4 of a scene is voice acted. Or even less than that, you know? Maybe just the first couple introductory sentences of a scene are voice acted. But then the rest of it isn't, or something. Like, I don't know. I like the limited voice acting. I just wish it was, like, a little bit more, like, consistent.
Hey there. Nice of you to join me.
Okay, it doesn't sound like Jonah Scott anymore. I don't know why I said that. Hi, yeah, no worries. So, how do you like Douglas so far? I was like, who is Douglas? It's like, oh, that's the town, right? So far, so good. Been here a little over a week. Nice. Are you living by yourself? No, I'm here with my friends, April and Moria. Oh, okay. I'm putting 2 and 2 together. You're the new roommate April was telling me about. Oh, you know April? Everybody knows everyone, Eddie. Everyone knows everyone. Yeah, we're friends. She drums in my band. Oh, okay. I think I'm putting 2 and 2 together now. Your band Sands of Saturn, right? That's right. You come and see us play on Saturday? I'll be there. I'm helping Chester set everything up. Dave swings by our table, carrying the lunch he's prepared for me. It's a visual novel. I guess I'll read. He's holding a plate decorated with a scrumptious-looking BLT sandwich. Emphasis on the B. Sandwich is BLT. The sandwich is accompanied with some potato chips on the side. In his other paw, he's carrying a bottle of water. He gingerly sets it down on the table in front of me. Is this a bottled water society? Is this a bottled water society? Why are we drinking bottled water? Is the tap water that bad? Like, don't restaurants have, like, filtered water? Or is the water supply just, like, that bad? Everybody has to drink bottled water. Or maybe Eddie just prefers bottled water and Dave knows that. I don't know. Don't let me interrupt you boys. Just dropping this off. Thanks, Dave. And is it a cold bottle of water or is it, like, a warm one? Because it's probably going to get warm, right? When does this take place? Oh, it's, like, August because Moria has just started her, like, semester. So that means it's probably happening in, like, August, like, when school starts. So all things considered, it'd still be pretty warm by that point, right? Unless it's, like, a winter semester. I don't know, I don't feel like thinking about it. I'm going to assume We're just going to say August. It's August. But Cliff is wearing, like, a jacket, but that could just be because he's, like, you know, that's his style, right? He gives Cliff a wink and then scurries off behind the counter. Ever had one of his sandwiches? They're the best. I haven't. Guess I'll find out. The sandwich is cut in half diagonally. I grab half and take a bite at the corner. Wow, no kidding. The sandwich is garnished with just enough lettuce and tomato, giving it the perfect amount of brightness. You're like judging the sandwich based on its visuals. I guess that makes sense, but like whenever I'm like, oh, that's a good sandwich, like, it's usually not me looking at the sandwich. It's usually me, like, eating the sandwich. I don't know, whatever. This is complemented by the wonderful tinky mayonnaise spread into the crunchy golden brown bread. The bacon serves as the headliner of this ensemble, delivering crispy, savory, and salty flavors in every delicious bite. The overall texture of the sandwich is pleasantly crisp and melts in my mouth as I chew. This is all great. All in all, it's a well-rounded sandwich and perfectly assembled. 10 out of 10, Dave. The last time I ate a BLT was like 2 years ago or something. I think that's the last time I ate a BLT. I don't know. I like sandwiches. It's just like, I don't know. I don't really eat sandwiches that much anymore. I feel like I should. I should eat more sandwiches. But, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just tired of eating bread. Maybe it's the bread. Maybe I'm just tired of eating bread. I don't know. It's excellent. You think it'd be easy to just pile a bunch of stuff on some bread and call it a day. But Dave makes an art out of it, doesn't he? Yeah, he sure does. Okay, test recording's over. This scene's a lot longer than I thought it was.